most agents, and we can define most as more than 50%, and that's very conservative. Most agents that are in the business right now have never seen a down market. Half of the agents that are full-time realtors today have only been in the industry in a season where every year was bigger than the year before.
Yeah.
That changed. Agents are being exposed for the business practices or lack of business practices that they have. What agents need is something tangible to hang on to. Some theory, not some idea, not some strategy that's going to take 2 years to take root, but like, how many leads are you generating right now? And how are you converting those leads through a sales cycle of conversations, appointments, agency, follow-up, contracts, closed, and then past client, and then servicing them forever in your database? If you're not tracking and managing those things, you don't have a business, and you're probably not going to be in business. Because the things that happened over the last 5 years, they saved you because the market continued to provide for you. But the good news is that I believe that true momentum is gained in down markets like this. I had to learn way through 2007. So everything that we're saying about EXP is just a platform. And the platform allows us to grow and compound at a higher level, but the principles are the same. It's what are we doing and what are we tracking daily that's going to lead to our success. So many agents that I talk to right now, you can sense the overwhelm and the feeling of just disparity and loss. Like they don't know what to do because being a leader and telling them what they have to do, because they're trying to tell them what they think they want to hear, which is like, you can go pay for this thing, you can go do this video, and in 37 seconds overnight, all your problems are going to be solved. It's not true. It's like, you got to go get a lead. And if you don't have any money, you got to go knock on some doors. You got to go up some shoulders. You got to go shake some hands. Well, at the end of the day, you either got a lead today or you didn't.
Yeah.
The story. And that's the way they got to start thinking about their business. So yeah, keeping it simple is everything right now.
So good. Yeah, I almost have to echo what she said, because I feel like there is the shiny object issue in the world. And I think in a hot market that was almost justified, like people would link their success to the shiny object. And so it fueled that desire and that belief that like, oh, buy something and you'll be successful. But I think if you stripped away a hot market, it wasn't equal to the thing that they paid for. It was just the hot market.
Correct.
And so now it's like we're stripping away all of that and we just have to get back to basics. And I think going back to your beginning about how like the hard stuff and the challenges is what actually like, and doing the hard stuff is what actually gives us joy and purpose versus just like it being easy and coasting.
Yeah.
Like I think my takeaway is like, be excited that we are presented an opportunity to do the things that maybe aren't glamorous, but will give us true meaning. And glamorize that, like glamorize the idea of how it feels like this morning when my alarm went off. And I remember specifically being like, I'm not working out today, so I could take another 30 minutes and sleep. Or I felt like God saying, get your butt up, get in the word, spend some time with me, and I'm going to reveal to you some things. And it's like, I literally sat in my thoughts and I'm like, it feels tempting to just stay in bed, but I know that I'm going to not feel good about myself and I'm going to miss out on what God has for me. So I got myself up and I sat there and I got in the word. And it's like, when we have that prompting and we're faced with the decision, what feels like the easier, more enjoyable decision up front is actually probably going to result in misery a little bit later. So just really like training yourself to like, when you see something that you have a choice, do the harder one because you're going to thank yourself later.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, most people, they don't realize that unconsciously they're programming themselves not to trust themselves.
So true.
Because we set goals, and then when we don't do the things that lead to success in that area, we're actually telling ourselves that we don't believe in ourselves. So like every small win should be celebrated. Hey, I got out of bed today. I got into the word. I got to the gym.
Right.
And all of a sudden what you'll find is that you'll be willing to make bigger commitments, which will greater successes, which will give you more courage. And it's just a cycle.
You like build your faith, like you're increasing your faith in yourself and in the Lord if you're a believer, which I hope everyone is because it's our one hope. But yeah, it's just like, it's so cool. This has been so long.
Nothing you can't accomplish if you break down the specific parts and are willing to work at those things for a long enough period of time. Angela Duckworth wrote a great book called Grit. And if you feel like you're stuck and you feel like, man, I know I need to, I just can't get myself to, that could be a really good book to read to just kind of understand psychologically what's going on to help propel you forward. But I would say, like, as an actionable takeaway, it's like figure out what your metrics are for what you're trying to accomplish specific to your goals. Get somebody to hold you accountable to those goals, and then just take the action and be committed to that action consistently over time until the result happens.